Welcome, everybody. We are back. This is the LNC podcast. I think this is episode 170. So thank you for being here for 170 episodes. Some of those are lost to time and the annals of the internet, but I'm sure you can find them somewhere. If you're an audio listener, you can go back. If you're a YouTube guy or gal or thou, you can go back and check that out. Persona. Yeah, I should have said that. It's Pride Month. I want to recognize everybody who watches our show.
Indeed.
Happy Pride Month. I might be down there at the festival later, as a matter of fact. I very well might. My dad was calling me. It's Father's Day as well, so my dad called me to say Happy Pride. And I think that was just an excuse for him to get me to say Happy Father's Day, or remind me that it's in fact Father's Day.
He's like, listen here, you little shit.
It's like, Happy Pride. Are we doing anything? Are we getting lunch later?
What you doing today?
So that's where I'll be after this. I'm gonna go get him some lunch or something. But thank you for liking, subscribing, commenting here on YouTube. We don't do audio episodes for the moment, so we're right here on YouTube for the foreseeable future. Please do all those things. And we do have a guest who's been waiting patiently to be heard, to have his voice heard on the program here. I'm really excited to introduce him. We recorded for a little bit and had to stop down due to some technical problems, so I'll brace everybody. There might be a few stutters and pauses in the matrix here, so to speak, but we are paving ahead with this awesome guest who Lorenzo met at Dream Big Venues in Del Mar. Go check them out. Yep. Look them up on Instagram. It's a great venue. They do great shows and have great headliners like today's guest. I'm really pleased to introduce to the show, to the LNC podcast, Mr. Zach Alasha. How's it going again, Zach?
What's up, man? Glad to be here. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for making
Lorenzo
the time.
for bringing us together.
Yes.
Oh, hell yeah. Pleasure, man. And yeah, Happy Pride Month, Juneteenth, Father's Day, all of those.
Check all the boxes,
just
please.
Shove them together into one weekend, you know? Just Happy Hedgehog Day. There's Happy Umbrella
Hedgehog
Day. I'm sure
is there a Hedgehog Day and a Groundhog Day?
Well, better say that than they not be.
Yeah, let's get all the hogs in one weekend.
I can do that
at least. Trump's birthday can be on Hedgehog Day, Warthog Day.
Yeah, right. He'd be more like a mole rat day, I think. More like a mole rat, like a hairless mole rat.
A naked mole rat.
Right? Like a naked mole rat, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's not that's not a political joke. That's just a visual observation. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he's gonna be soon.
If he
in that
wasn't
bunker.
who he is, you're like that guy over there. I'd be like, that's a naked mole rat if I ever seen one. You know?
Yes.
So we all look like something.
How familiar are y'all with like recent Pokemon? Like, do y'all know Gumshoe?
No, I know that's like a detective.
What? No. I don't know. I don't know about that.
Gumshoe is slang term for detective.
Change the E to a O.
Okay, 2 O's.
Gumshoe.
Oh yeah, it looks like Trump. Yeah, I might have seen this. Yeah, it looks just like Trump. That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Make that guy orange, and we're there.
Yeah, they should have made shiny Gumshoe. Should have just been like orange body. It looks like
they suck with shinies sometimes. Some of the shinies just see green.
What's his superpower? He's childish and resentful. What does Gumshoe do? What is his thing? Is that like
can't keep his hands to himself?
Every time he levels up, he just gets more and more petty.
He just gets more gropey. What is his
deal, dude? What is his deal?
His hands just come out. The second stage, they're like T-Rex, and then the third stage, they're just all the way out.
And surprisingly, his bowel movements get worse.
Yeah. Every time he loses a fight to anher Pokemon, he's like, "We won. I won that fight. I won the whole fight. It was so good."
Oh, never lose. That's his special ability.
Mewtwo never stood a chance. Neither did Mew 1 or Mew 3. I don't know if they're there, but if they are, they don't stand a chance.
He keeps waging war on the desert region for some reason.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that's so funny.
Oh my gosh.
No, that's identical. That's a trip. And so somebody knew exactly what they were doing too. So how recent was that?
100%.
Like, what game was that? Do you remember? I guess I could look it up.
I think that's that might be Black and White. I might be wrong though.
Let's see. Sun and
It's
Moon.
either
Okay,
Black
so
and
yeah,
White
that's pretty
Oh,
recent.
for real?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Okay. That's afterwards.
That was after Black and White,
Yeah.
right?
What? That's like 2020. What year is Sun and Moon come out?
What year?
Because I did Diamond, I played Black 2, and then I skipped to
2016.
Violet and Scarlet. Oh, damn.
That was him. Yep.
It's those few generations I skipped.
Yep.
Fucked up my knowledge.
That was him.
But I got him in Pokemon Go, though. That's how I know him.
But that's nice
Definitely.
of them. That's nice of them to at least make him. It's just a little nod, because I don't think they've done that with anybody. Like who have they?
They have though.
Who?
What's that one Pokemon that's always sleeping?
Snorlax?
That's Joe Biden.
Oh,
You guys
gotcha.
just didn't think about it.
He's got too much meat on him, though.
They've been doing it for a long time. We're not like, we got to be thinking about this, right?
You're ahead. It's
If
like
they
the
reworked
Simpsons.
him-
You know, the Simpsons predict stuff. Pokemon predict stuff too.
That's what it is, dude.
Because hold up. Because when did Trump run? Was it 16? Who was in 16? I don't fucking remember.
Yeah, he was
I feel like I
in
should.
office then.
Yeah,
16,
yeah. Oh shit, that's crazy.
Yeah, so when the art design
Damn.
was happening, he was probably running, and when the game came out, they were like, "Well, this is better than ever."
Throw him in there.
I'm sure
We
the name
just uncovered.
was more on the
We
nose
just
at one
uncovered
point.
Pokemon Gate.
Yeah,
That's the
the
Pokemon Gate
files.
just came out. You heard it
After
here,
this-
folks. The LNC
After this
podcast.
episode, Pokemon's done.
I
They're gonna
bet you
shut
we
it
can
down.
find.
no.
I bet you we can find an Epstein lookalike, a Ghislaine
Oh,
lookalike.
no. You're saying all the buzzwords trying to get this episode off air, dude. They're gonna get it taken
It's-
down because of
Newsflash,
technical difficulties.
Zach,
He was
it's been
already
off air.
earlier.
It's been
He
off
was
air this whole
freezing up
time.
earlier. We hadn't even started.
That's why they fucked it. That's why they fucked it up. Because I told you I was looking at it. It looked fine. They're like, nah, this can't continue. We gotta.
Man,
No,
man, there we
no.
go. All right. Well, I guess let's get started.
Yeah, let's restart. Let's start from here. No more problems. I'm surprised you haven't frozen yet.
No, don't jinx
probably-
it.
They're probably just coming. They're on their way physically. They're said obviously they don't learn.
Mhm. So when we
If you hear a
tried
knock on your door, ignore it.
this earlier, we were talking about like the Matrix and stuff. How did we get onto that? What was that all about? Like,
The chip
You
in your
had said,
brain.
if I recall correctly,
Uh-huh.
in your own, and I quote, "I can't wait to get a chip implanted in my brain from Elon." That's what right?
some
Lorenzo,
version
isn't
of
that
that. I
what-
wasn't
That's
that
what he said
excited about who
First
This
off,
is like
the delivery
verbatim.
person was, but
call him by his correct title, our first and only trillionaire.
oh yeah,
You
Yeah.
know,
let's get
put some
round of
respect
applause
on
for
now.
that.
name.
For
You think
now.
he's gonna let
Yes.
anybody else catch up? He's gonna kill him with a Tesla robot if they get close.
Dude, we're gonna have a Google-inaire soon. We are.
Hi, he.
That's what's gonna happen is like you guys know like Apocalypse from DC Comics.
Mhm.
Or I'm sorry. Yeah.
Marvel,
No,
right?
is it?
Or Dark
No,
Side.
not Marvel. I'm
Apocalypse is
thinking.
Marvel.
No. The one in
Apocalypse
the
is
one in,
X-Men.
Yeah.
the one in DC. What is it? The one who
Dark-
fights Superman.
Doomsday.
Dark Side.
Dark side. His
Yeah.
planet. His planet is like he took over the entire planet and turned it into like a machine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's probably where this is going. Like
happening
they're
now?
gonna start. Each gajillionaire is gonna take over a planet, and that'll like one planet will be a company. We
Mhm.
think
Oh, no,
we're there. We're not there, dude. Like certain companies are gonna get so big. These oligarchs they're gonna get so big. One entire planet, like Earth, will be a company. Mars is another company. That's what's going to happen.
I'm ashamed to say that it was just a couple nights ago I was introduced to the movie Idiocracy. And I've been hearing about it my whole life, right? Because it came out in like 2006. I've been hearing about it forever, but I just watched it for the first time. And yeah, I mean, spot on. Yeah. It's where we're at now.
Yeah.
The Crocs, the Mountain Dew, the president.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. We know when that movie came out, the costume designers, they were like, all right, we need something to put everybody to look so stupid that we have to get something that we know is never going to happen in their near future. So when they looked at Crocs, it was a company that hadn't taken off yet. They're like, well, this dumbass company, no one in their right mind is going to buy these things. So this company sure is going to go under soon. So let's just buy out some Crocs, put them in this movie, and then nobody will understand. They'll just look at it in the next 20, 30, 40 years and be like, what are they wearing? What a great movie. Yeah. But bro, I own a pair. Hey, guilty.
You've surrendered?
And you two
That's
probably
worse than the brain chip to me that you own Crocs.
Mine were given to me. I only wear them when walking to the car and walking back to the house. I don't take them out and about, and I didn't buy them. They were given to me. So
bro, that's like saying some of my best friends are black. There's no difference. Like, it's all the same. You can't say, oh, it was just given to, it was like that when I got here. Like, that's, none of these things matter. You got it, you put it on your feet. Just admit it. We're fine. See, I took responsibility. Like, right? I'm saying I take responsibility of owning a pair.
Well, do you have the little attachments for them? Do you have the little
the gibbet?
The gibbets?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
No, because I'm an adult. I haven't done that.
Okay, good.
I've not done that.
Listen, because that's how people justify wearing them in public. Is that, well, I customized it. I have my little Disney. I got
the
Mickey
pins,
and
no,
Minnie.
I don't have any of those.
Okay, good.
He's not a true crocorian or croc.
No,
croc believer.
What do we call him? A croc.
That's worse than the you denying the brain chip. Because at least if you get a chip in your brain, right? There's like a certain level of total and complete convenience.
Let's hear this. I'm down to have this argument.
Crocs look disgusting. Crocs are foul. Like, the only reason you need a pair of Crocs is if you need like a quick pair of like non-slip shoes. If you work in like if you work fast food or something. If you work around a lot of grease.
That's why.
No. So here's my defense. So I rock climb, and the climbing shoes are like, they're really tight, and you don't keep them on the whole day. So you got to keep taking them off. And when you take them off, you don't want to put like regular shoes. You just get like slippers or something. So I just got Crocs because they're easy. I'm like, fine, I'll put these damn things on. I hate to admit it, but they are. But I only use them when I'm climbing. They're in my car, and that's when I use them. But meanwhile, man, if you put a chip in your brain, like, they'll be able to just push a button and turn you off at some point in the future, man.
They'll just be able to turn off that one part, like shutting down my phone. I'll just lose access to that one aspect of my brain.
I don't think so, man.
Do you think that the first trillionaire would install some kind of nefarious mind control device in people's brains? That's what you're implying?
A trillionaire would do that.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. I feel like poor people want to do it. They just don't have the money or resources. I feel like...
Listen, if I could control people, I would have done it yesterday. That would have been done.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. And that's why I'm saying, like, I think, that saying, absolute power corrupts absolutely, that might be true.
Yeah,
I think if anybody gets $1 trillion, they're probably going to just be like, well, the world's a video game.
Because you know what the difference between an impulsive thought and like just doing shit is? It's the time, money, and resources. If you have the time, money, and resources, your impulsive thoughts are just something new to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
I think we should.
We want to do, we just can't.
You know how they say, like, you can judge people based on whether they put back the cart in the mall or not? I would take that a step further, and I would say I think you should judge people based on how they play Grand Theft Auto.
Oh my
Because
gosh.
I play Grand Theft Auto very differently, you know? Like I often abide the traffic. If there's a cop nearby, I'll stop at a red light. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna shoot the prostitute and take her money. That's just rude. I'm a law-abiding citizen. Yeah, I have a little fun here and there, but I don't just shoot dudes regularly. Now, granted, when I get fired up on, that's just self-defense. That's GTA Stand Your Ground law. That was passed in San Andreas. But most people, when they get into GTA, they're like, "Oh, I'm just gonna fuck
I'm
shit
doing
up." Are we allowed to
every
curse
day.
on this thing, by the
Oh
way?
yeah,
yeah,
please,
without
please.
doubt.
All right, cool.
And I'm glad
Yeah.
glad you brought up GTA because I was just listening to this the other day. It came to my attention that the Ukraine war, which is still actively ongoing, right? The Ukrainian government has instituted this new program online where the soldiers can effectively complete achievements in the war in real time through drone cameras and everything. So it's documented and earn points and earn.
Good, I heard about this.
And, you know, so like you do a certain carpet
Ooh.
bombing or a drone.
That's crazy.
Get the little
Objective,
RC card.
and you get you get some points that can be, I guess, redeemed for credit or something later down the line, right? So it's like it's a complete video game now, and in a lot of ways, people sitting behind screens, operating drones, operating remote vehicles, that's what it feels like too. So I mean,
and they wonder why aliens don't talk to us, you know? Look at these baboons just shooting each other left and right, bombing each other. Oh no, let's land on the White House lawn and make an announcement. Dude, are you gonna go and land in the middle of a baboon territory and be like, "We're here to have political discussions with you baboons"? No, you don't, because they're baboons. That's what we are to them. We're baboons.
A bunch of savages. They're like, I don't think they like to talk. It doesn't seem like they like to talk. It seems like they like to.
It's so crazy to me. The fact that we still like shoot people with explosive sticks that go bang, and we're just like,
that's because we haven't had an implant that wipes out jealousy, wipes out rivalry, and it just allows us to communicate in an instant and maybe even know each other's thoughts and be like a hive mind.
You know what's gonna happen later? Later, I'm gonna smoke because I get paranoid when I smoke weed, and I like it. No, I'm one of those people who I go into the darkness. Like I've done psychedelics, and I do it for the darkness. But here's the thing: is I know that I'm gonna do some weed later, and I'm gonna chill. And as I'm chilling, I try to go into the darkness, and I'd be like, "Dude, was Christian trying to get me like to plant a thought in my head? Did Elon send Christian just so I could get this plant in me? This all makes sense. I got booked to be a headliner at this place. I meet this guy. I meet these. I'm drawing up yarn in the back and stuff.
This is just
it all connects.
It's a big Rube Goldberg machine to get you the Neuralink chip. That's all
what's gonna happen.
We've got to hunt down the most likely to be a threat. So the ones that think that they don't need it are the ones that we definitely have to implant.
I just
first,
I play devil's advocate on the show because it's funnier. It's funnier if we explore what's the dumbest person's line of thinking. What is the dumbest explanation for this possible? And then we break it open and get into it that way. I would never do that unless, and the good uses for it that I think people advocate for, which are still scary because it gets development in the door, are like if you're completely paralyzed and somehow that enables you to walk, or it reconfigures your brain in a way where you can use your body again as it was intended. If you lost some kind of agency already, you can regain that. That's really the only positive use. I mean, why do we need technology fused into us if not to be just advertised to or bought and sold or controlled, right? That is the ultimate destination is mind control, or even if you still have agency, but you're not like you're going to be paying for this down the line in some way. Someone's going to own you. It's just a re-slavery, you know.
Like it's like Get Out. Like you'll be in there, but you won't have control of your body.
Yeah, you're not.
Something else will
you're not in the
taken
club.
out. You're back there like, what the fuck? Why am I doing that? I don't do that.
Yeah.
Is he about to eat potato salad with raisins? Don't let him do that. I don't do that. Stop it. Stop me.
That's how we know. All the cookouts start to having potato salads with all the brothers are eating potato salads with raisins. That's the test, right? That's the resistance. When the resistance tries to communicate, like that's the secret handshake. They offer you a potato salad with raisins, and if you eat it, they're like, he's one of them. But they don't say that. They just walk away. Yeah, you eat around the raisins, then they're like, all right, now we're gonna hey, there's a resistance. Come join the crew.
I have
We're
never
trying to
seen
fight
that.
back.
I've always heard about that. Let's just look it up because I need to see what this is because it sounds horrible. No, the potato salad. I've seen Get Out, but the white potato salad recipe. Yeah, like even if I put potato salad with raisins is like the 9th or 10th result because it's so disgusting. Nobody who is doing this.
Yeah. I'm looking at it and I'm just like, ooh, it's a sin.
It's a sin, yeah.
And it's just like sprinkled on the top. Like, what is it? A garnish? Like that is so stupid.
I don't know.
Who thought of that? Like somebody thought they were onto something.
Honestly, I don't really like potato salad. I'm gonna just say it. I'm just gonna say it. There are way better things to do with potatoes than make them mush them and put them into that's like a meat salad, you know, like just there's so much you could do with potatoes, you know. You're gonna put them in a salad and it's cold and it's got like mayo, like dude,
you're speaking my language.
It looks like somebody already half chewed it and put it in the bowl.
What if that's what happened?
That's why I don't eat potato salad, bro.
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to tell you.
You never know. You never know.
Eventually, though, in the near future, we're just going to get like applesauce and potato salad in a cup, and that's going to be
or in a tube,
just
slurp it out.
Mainline it.
Yeah.
We're talking about Idiocracy. Like that's the movie. People on their love seats that are also toilets with tubes of Gatorade and potato salad and whatever they want, you know, just looking at the only thing about that movie that they got, you know, that they missed somehow was that, you know, no one has a phone. Nobody has a phone in that entire movie, right? It's just all like it's all TV screens. It's all older technology still. So like they never saw like how beholden we would be to our cell phones. And now, like right around the corner, it's just like we're not even going to need a phone. We're going to have glasses, or we're going to have some kind of brain device that displays everything for us.
We're definitely we've definitely made a choice, man. I think there was another choice. I don't know. Is this more like a silly podcast, or do you guys do conspiracy theories?
We do it all. Yeah, please.
A little bit of both.
Because I think we made a choice. Yeah, I think we made a choice a long time ago. I think, like, I really enjoy reading like physics books and stuff like that. I like philosophy, and I think there are different avenues of technology, right? Like right now we're on one avenue of, and it's not a technology, one avenue of advancement or resource, let's call it. Like the resource that we use right now is technology through lithium mining and things like that. But before we had steam engine, that was mostly one version of technology, right? Like you can power a lot of things through steam. Right now we use electricity. You know, technology right now is mostly electricity. So these phones, everything we use, steam, electricity, coal, there's different versions. And I think there used to be, they still exist, obviously, but we used to use a different version of quote unquote technology. I think that's how we see certain things, like whether it be Göbekli Tepe or the pyramids or whatever. And we're like, these make no sense how somebody made them with the tools that we have. But it's not the tools that we should be looking at. It should be like the avenue of technology, you know? If we were right now using mostly steam technology, who knows what we'd be using to travel, you know, long distances. It might not be a plane. It might be something so much bigger yet slower, carries a lot more people a slower period of time, but just as efficient, arguably.
I mean, you can look at each stop along the way, what we were doing, and then why we may or may not have pivoted. Right? There's some things that are still in practice today. Some resources that we just haven't developed a better way of doing it. So we do it the old way, and then everything else, like trains are powered by electricity now for the most part, but they were coal powered, they were steam engines, right? So I mean, if we were to continue doing that, it probably would be some kind of all-terrain vehicle, and we probably would have found a way to transport people, maybe without tracks, even.
Exactly, or roads. Who knows? But I mean, what there was, I don't know the story because there's too much to remember. But I know there was some kind of quote unquote like battle between two different oligarchs. Whoever was in charge, whoever owned most of the steam engine. And then there was like, whether it be Henry Ford or whatever, but the
like
combustion engine.
Vanderbilt v. Rockefeller type Barron situation.
Yeah, I mean, these things have happened so many times where massive corporations, their main goal is to continue growing. If you've ever worked in a company, all they care about is growth, but growth just means more profit to them, and there's never enough. And that's literally the entire business. That's the model. There's no other way to do it. We don't do sustainability and just be happy where we are. We can't. It's just not possible. So you have to cannibalize the one that's next to you, because he's making profit, but you should take his profit. You know what I mean? So
take a look at this. I thought this was pretty trippy. I saw this last night. It's just I'd never seen this guy speak before, and I was going down a rabbit hole about like kind of the Industrial Revolution, and so I found this video. I don't know if I can play this. Editor's note: from the grounds of his country estate in the Pocantico Hills, Mr. Rockefeller, now 93 years old, in message to the public, calls for faith and united work to bring about a better world. So that was his stated objective at the end of his life, 93 years old. And like here he is, like waltzing through his ornate garden.
These are days.
And I just never heard this guy speak before, so like this was fascinating.
In the 93 years of my life, depressions have come and gone. Prosperity has always returned and will again. And now on this my birthday, I desire to reaffirm my belief in the fundamental...
So like the billionaires were always this weird, by the way. Like that, if nothing else, that reaffirms this for me. There were all these like maybe socially awkward, also, weird little guys.
And also tell me this guy's not a vampire. Like, look at him right now and just look me in the eye and tell me. Like, if he's talking
about, Mitch McConnell, though, back, to be fair, like it's kind of the same.
I want to
Mitch
bring
McConnell.
back prosperity and whatever. When's the last time this guy built an actual school and made it free in like an impoverished area where black kids, brown kids, whatever, can go to school and actually better them? So when's the last time this guy actually did that? Well, I'm not here to
run defense for this man in particular, because I mean they did everything in their power.
I'm more of an Elon guy. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
Sorry,
they did everything in their power to hoard wealth, and that's how they became as rich as they were. And that's why monopolies were busted and broken up, right? And why we had that entire... Well, I mean, they were. I mean, for a while, it was just like 3 or 4 companies that owned everything.
Right. I think we're regressing back
until they found loopholes, though, because all they do is change the name.
Well, that's what
it's still the same.
Well, people. so when the government cracked down on these companies, these guys,
when they initially
these guys who had everything, to kind of stave that off. And to save face, they would do stuff like that. They would. That's why they have so many things named after them, because they donated money to public institutions, to schools, to parks, to everything. Just the same way Bill Gates does with like his work with AIDS.
But it's not a real donation,
No, it's like pennies on the dollar. It's like
and they tax write off more than what they actually donated and end up making profit on the actual. It's just insane. Like everybody wants to attack things like the oligarchs, or the prison industrial complex, or the oil industry, or whatever, but nobody talks about the wealth defense industry. Most people don't even know what wealth defense industry even is, but there is an entire industry, a private sector, that works purely to protect the incredibly wealthy from losing their wealth. And what they do is, like, I recently found out that I think it's $50 billion a year in lost taxes happens every single year. We get $50 billion in taxes are not paid every year. Now, that's not counting like the money that's already being unpaid. Like, for example, when Amazon pays $1 for taxes, I'm not talking about that money that should have been paid. I'm talking about incredibly wealthy people that should have paid taxes based on their assets, but don't. And the reason is because this privatized money defense industry, what it does is, you own X amount of assets. What they do is they murky up the trail of ownership between you and what you actually own.
Right.
That we know, like, well, Christian's rich as shit. He's a billionaire.
It's all tied up in holdings, though. It's all
but we don't know
attached
we don't know what you own, and we know this company is worth a lot, but we don't know who own. We don't know that Christian. There's no line. It's so hard. It's insane to try to get from one to another, and there are complete industries. There are people whose job is purely to do that.
Countries devoted to this.
Yeah, and this is legal. It's a legal loophole, like Lorenzo said. We're cool with it because we're so busy arguing with each other about whether it's your left, right, or gender or whatever. That's what pisses me off the most.
But what happens? So let's play this out. It's revolution time, right? We've had enough. We're tired of getting less and less of a standard of living, of a quality of life, and watching these same few people, fewer and fewer, get richer and richer still. What do we do, right? So we mobilize. How? In what way?
Well, I'm gonna take a shit on this real quick and demoralize everybody. Sorry to say, but as much as I wish, I think a revolution, or whatever you want to call it, revolt, would go catastrophically wrong in America specifically. If you look at other countries, they've done it multiple times, and they've done it quite well. Like Arab Spring happened. It was hugely successful, even without internet. They shut off their internet and they managed it. Then you look at what Nepal very recently did. It was like a year or two ago. Nepal kicked out their own prime minister without internet. They did it over Discord. And now you look at what's happening right now in Albania, and that's still working. Maybe not as much, but it's still kind of working. But in America, it doesn't work because it's kind of one of those, like, good and bad. We're way too diverse in our population, and that causes us to hate each other because the powers that be know this, and every single platform that we use,
sowing division. Yes,
exactly. So we go out right now, and we can all act like we're noble and we're innocent of everything, but we're not. We all have inherent, whether it be prejudice or racism or whatever you call it, it's all in us, you're white or you're black or you're tall or you're short or fat, whatever the hell it is. And because of that, it's just not going to work. And I didn't used to think this until last year I did a lot of traveling. I went through several countries. I spent like 6 months just traveling, and you see how different cultures are. And you're like, man, if you go to any like Asian country, you go to Vietnam, don't get in a fight, even though the guy is like 4'5" and you can beat the crap out of him with one hit. Don't do it, because 40 of them are gonna gang up on you without asking any questions. It just doesn't matter, dude. It doesn't. Like, I seen a guy get his ass beat by an entire street, and I was just like, dude, this is crazy, And it's just because they have that unity of like,
here
we're all in this
someone
together.
gets jumped and we're all just like, what? If anything, you take out your phone, record from the
You take out your phone, you record
sidelines.
World Star, you know.
Yeah.
Nobody jumps. We have this thing. There's a word for it. I forgot what it's called. Like the observer effect, I think.
Observer effect. Okay.
Where I think that's what it's called.
Bystander
if there's
effect,
like
something.
It might be that. It might be that. The bystander effect. Yeah. Where if you're in a busy area and you see two people get in a fight and one of them starts beating the other, nobody jumps in.
Nope.
Nobody does anything.
Nope.
We just record, like you said. We're like, well, I don't know. I'm not involved. It's not got nothing to do with me.
Probably deserved it. I don't know. Maybe fuck this sister. I don't know. Fuck it.
Yeah. We find a million reasons not to get involved because we feel that we already got our own shit on our own plate. But what the truth is we're all in this thing together, man. And we don't do that. We don't try and, you know, I try to say that in my comedy in like subtle ways. But I you don't want to be preachy. You don't ever want to come off preach. So like Lorenzo, you know, you've seen me on stage. I'm very stupid and goofy. Like intentionally, I talk about the dumbest things, but behind it, I try to like say something of like, we're not that different. You know, we're all the same. We're all one. If you can take a time to like think about what's actually being said. You know.
Yeah.
That's what's cool about comedy, though. It's one of those things where you have to go out, you have to meet people, or you at the very least interact with people in a way that you just can't get from behind a screen, that you can't get from being a keyboard warrior. You might have these thoughts or predispositions about a certain group of people, but when you're doing stand-up, when you're actively having to elicit a response from a diverse crowd in many cases, right? You're just trying to meet them where they are in that moment, and you'll go around the room, or people come up to you after that you might have never even dreamed of speaking to, just because you're so far removed of them, and they come and tell you you were so funny, or that was great, or I never thought about that like that until you said it on stage and it made me laugh. And that's what's required of a movement like what we're talking about. It has to be in this country. It has to be one. It's not just following one person. We don't have great figures. We don't have great representation, or at least it's either hidden from us or I don't know, like shadow banned, whatever, right? But we don't have figures like Malcolm X anymore. We don't have figures like Martin Luther King. We don't have these guys who are willing to stand up for their principles and also do the selling, also do the door-to-door, you know, grassroots thing, like literally creating a movement. So but that's part of what comedy is, because you know you have to sell. You come to my next show, please follow me to the next thing I'm doing, and building a fan base. We have tons of celebrities. We have no shortage of celebrities, but
with a million fans,
what we need somebody is to define themselves as a thought leader, or as somebody who people would be willing to pick up and fight for, and fight for themselves on behalf of, right?
We can name 50 of them, a lot of them good, a lot of them bad people, you know?
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, also, like I said, I don't know how it works. This is just like, if you go online and you look at a bunch of pictures of like kittens, your algorithm will start showing you a lot of kittens, you know?
Yeah.
So on the one hand, maybe it's that these people do exist and nobody's listening. And it's like, not many people care, you know? Like, I know for a fact that I would love to, you know, make a YouTube channel and have these deep philosophical discussions. But I'm like, nobody wants to hear that. They want to hear me tell dick jokes and how spiders have sex and, you know, like dumb things. And then maybe one person at the end of the show will walk up to me and be like, hey, I see what you did there. That was clever. It's like one person. out of the entire show will walk up sometimes and be like, I saw what you did there. That was clever. I got that. But the person who usually understands it, they already know all these things, you know? And it's like, you know, what are you going to do? I don't know. Hope
it seems so,
the next generation figures it out.
It seems so insurmountable to any one person, and it seems impossible that people would come together in a way that's effective. So the people who do get presented online, the people who do break through, usually all roads lead back to our existing system of government and to the status quo.
100%.
All roads lead back to the status quo. No matter how outlandish somebody sounds, or no matter how new their ideas are, if they're talking about communism, socialism, libertarianism, whatever, even if it's something we haven't fully embraced yet, it's still about, okay, well, we need to get this person into Congress, and we need to vote for this delegate in your state so that we can start to move this new party forward. A revolution truly is like, we're coming for heads, you know, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
Not to get this whole thing shadow banned or whatever, but we're toppling, like you said, as this happened.
You got shadow banned once you announced me as your guest, bro. They were just like, nope.
I do notice there were some people that I'd like follow on Instagram and stuff that will post like positive content, and like sometimes, like, because I don't specifically look them up, you know, it would just show up on the feed. So it's like there's a case that they are shadow banned because they, you know, they didn't want them, you know, seeing the stuff they were showing, you know, the powers that be, or maybe they just, you know, got busy with what they were actually doing. But I feel like at the same time, if you're trying to get something done, social media is important to market, you know what I'm saying, in order to get help, because like most people that want to help others don't have money and resources, you know what I'm saying, which is why they still have compassion, you know, and because anyone else, you know, certain trillionaires could just drop some shit and make some shit happen instantaneously, you know,
and they create their own support too. You know, there are bot farms for a reason. These people on Twitter, these nameless, faceless voices who are constantly in support of Elon Musk and Peter Thiel and like you name the billionaire, they're going to support them at length because they're designed to, because it's a system designed to reinforce their goals and to maintain their status. Like you said, there's an entire industry that they have created with their own wealth to preserve that wealth. So it's like I don't ever really believe that somebody's an advocate for being a billionaire in this country anymore, because if you go and talk to anybody in real life who, you know, ask them, what do you think about billionaires? Do you think they have a right to exist? Like there's some kind of protected class or race? No one's going to say yes. They're going to say, hell no. You know, this is ridiculous. You know, I'm barely making ends meet. You know, I had to dig in my change drawer for my little cup holder for change for gas the other day because of wars that are happening, because of stuff that the military industrial complex is benefiting off of. And I'm stuck here holding the bag. And, you know, and you look at your brothers and sisters on the street strung out on drugs, you know, that are not receiving help or just completely abandoned, completely thrown to the wind. Nobody in their right mind is defending these extreme levels.
No one in their right mind. Because there's some crazies out there that are like, well, I think the Elon's perfectly, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, there's some people out there. And the only real person defending Sam Altman or anybody like him is delusional in thinking that they can have that level of wealth for themselves. Or maybe they think they're gonna get a private dinner, and he's like, you know, I've always liked you. You want some of my money? You know, like they think they're gonna get that. You're not gonna get that.
Yeah, but like, listen, there is still a lot of hypocrisy. Like, I have an iPhone. I'm using an iPad right now to talk to you guys.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And I mean. And I have a MacBook, and I have another computer here. Like, I've accumulated these over the years. I didn't just buy them yesterday.
Let's take that that line of thinking, right? Well, I'm engaged in enriching these people, but what level of convenience do any of these devices really provide you? If you think about it, how really has it improved your life? A lot of
that's what I'm saying. Like I'm saying I'm guilty that I chose to buy them when I should not have. Like this materialism. Like I changed a lot in the past few years. I told you guys earlier. I went through like some serious shifts. I only started comedy about a year ago because that's part of the shift. Oh wow. yeah. Like the shift was drastic, man. I used to be in a corporate job. I used to. I mean, I was a director at a manufacturing facility. I had like kind of a breakdown after I saw what was really going on behind the scenes, and I quit my job. I bought a one-way ticket and I just left. I literally did. I just left. I bought a one-way ticket and I went traveling, and I came. I died. I almost died like 7 times. I came back. Yeah. There were some close calls in a few countries, man. And then I came back, and it's like an uphill battle. It's you can't win. Like you either have to join the wheel or be run over by it. You either a cog in the wheel or get run over by the wheel. And I don't know, man. I guess I'd rather die on my shield, maybe. I think if I had kids, it would probably be a different story. I'd probably be, I don't know.
You think that? No, but I mean, the kids almost make it worse. The kids make it so that you feel like you need to be a part of the system, and that you need to engage in these.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, I see. I thought you were saying like having a kid would make you want to advocate for yourself more.
No, I would just want safety above all. I think I would want safety for my kid, and I'd be like, hey, I don't care, man, whatever. Maybe he'll figure it out. I think a lot of us secretly say like, what we want to do is there's this thing that all people do, whether it's in a company or religion. This might piss some people off, but we always say like, well, I'm just doing my part. I go to church, or I pray 5 times a day, or I go to whether it's the mosque, synagogue, church, whatever, or all I'm doing is quality control on these rockets that are going to go kill babies and stuff. But no, I'm just a quality control guy. If they fire me, they'll hire somebody else. I'm just doing my job. And we do that. We're like, well, I'm just going to do the best, and maybe my kids will figure it out because I'm still providing for them. So I'm a quote unquote good person. We do this whole justification dance like all day. And it's, I feel like people like every person in America should be required, like by government funded, we should be required to like travel for like 6 months. Like you're like, you have to go. Where am I going? It doesn't matter. And it's not like
just see something else
or somewhere not. Yeah, like I went to not nice places, and I like cheapskated my way through, and it was some of the best experiences I ever did.
That's why we're not required, because that would expose us to other ways of thinking and to other.
Oh yeah, dude, it changed my life completely. Like I realized, like, man, I was very close-minded most of my life, and I'm glad I learned a little. Hopefully, not too late, but I definitely gained some experiences out of it. I will say that.
Dude, I would pick your brain about this stuff all day and go deeper and deeper into this type of conversation, because I mean, we're all kind of in this collective slump where I mean, I'll speak for myself. I just feel like let's just do comedy because it's fun, and I'm meeting people and having a good time, and people enjoy it for the most part. Not last night. Last night's show was kind of a bummer. I'm not gonna lie. It was just kind of like lukewarm, but I still made people laugh a little bit, and that there's this rewarding like feedback loop to that I'm willing to keep doing it. But other than that, I mean, I have nothing going on. I'm in a good relationship. That's nice, but at a certain point, it creates a level of complacency that a lot of people, I'm sure, have as well, where it's just like, I'm here, I'm doing my own thing. That bystander effect, I'm going to look out for myself, and that's about it.
But I think a lot of that comes from like fear of saying it could be worse. Like for the longest time, I've just been working and saving money, and I never really traveled. Granted, I had a little bit of a fear of like getting lost and stuff like that. Because it was actually a huge fear. But I also thought like wherever you'd go, I'm like, dude, I'm gonna get murdered. I'll get stabbed because you hear it everywhere, and they're like, everywhere is unsafe. This is where you want to be, dude. Most places I've been to are 1,000 times safer than Center City. They're safer than Philly. You know what I mean? It's like way safer. Like and way cheaper. They're not that expensive. Like I went to Vietnam, and I rode a motorcycle from the base of Vietnam all the way up to the Chinese border.
Wow.
To north of Vietnam. And that was a long, I don't know where the hell I'm going, but it probably cost me like outside the ticket just to get there, but I didn't go straight there. I like hopped from place to place till event. I just get whatever one-way cheap ticket I would find to another place, you know? And when I'm there, it probably cost maybe $20 a week, maybe wow. For everything, you know what I mean? And now granted, I'm not staying in like 5-star resorts, and I've eaten some things that like were looking at me, and you know, like trust me,
it wasn't all pho and Boone and summer rolls.
Dude, let me tell you something. No, man. I took the mountain road. So there's like multiple ways you can get from Ho Chi Minh to North Vietnam. And most people, they just take like an overnight bus or whatever. I was on a motorcycle, and it was not even a motorcycle. It's just a fucking scooter, dude.
Yeah, a little
this
moped.
Thing is not. Yeah, and I took like the mountain roads, and bruh, there would be days where I would arrive, and it's like almost midnight, and I'm in a town with like, I don't know, 11 houses, it looks like, you know, and you're like, where am I gonna sleep or anything? And then just people come outside, and they'll be like, hey, do you want food? And you're like, yes. You're like, do you want to sleep? And you're like, yes. And they're like, all right, give me whatever, you know, 100 baht, which is like nothing, you know what I mean? And then you eat mystery meat and mystery. I mean, you know, like I didn't really get sick at all the whole time, but that's just me. But I met a few people along the way. One dude got so sick. And then you just sleep somewhere. And sometimes you're sleeping in a dude's house, and sometimes you're sleeping in like whatever. And I'm sure you can do it the really nice way, though. Like there are some beautiful places.
Well, like anything else.
Like
I mean, you can climb Mount Everest with some level of luxury for the right amount of money, you know, with some
but if you
expert guidance. But yeah, you can do anything on your own. And that's really awesome that you did that. So like, what was your big takeaway then? What was like, so you look at that, you look at the way that worked, and then you come back here. What's the message?
I don't know. I did a lot there. I did ayahuasca in Peru. I wandered onto an active volcanic site in Iceland. I had to spend the night there. I was in Thailand when that big earthquake recently hit in Myanmar.
Yeah.
It was like 9.2 or 8.2. I don't remember what it was. Like a really big. And we felt that there. So honestly, man, like I think it's different for everybody. For me, like I really, really, really had I would call it a phobia more than a fear, like an actual phobia of being lost, because I have zero sense of direction. You know,
same.
And I mean, it's bad. Like I'll get lost in a big house, dude. You put me in a big house, I'll be like, I don't know how to get out of this place. You know, I live here now, I guess. And that really was a big change. You know, it let me know that, like, you know, to be a little bit more brave and to like not be afraid of something so dumb, which is just simply getting lost. And I mean, again, it's hard to explain. It's like, you know how some people have such a phobia of spiders. If I make one wrong turn, I would like really, I would practically panic. I would not know where I'm at.
Like some irrational fear of not knowing where you. So you don't go anywhere.
It was like an irrational fear. Yeah, exactly. But it translated into. So that's the physical part. But it had other effects on my life that I wasn't aware of. Like it affected me not not being brave enough to do something in, whether it be in work, relationship, hobbies, stand-up comedy, like I started writing stand-up comedy when I was like 12 years old, and I never ever did it until now, so I have like just boxes of notebooks that I've been writing, and every once in a while I pick up another notebook and I go through it. I'm like, damn, there's maybe 2 jokes out of an entire notebook, but still it's something,
That's still,
yeah, like that definitely helped. And I think the other part is also, it let me know, like, the world is not as scary as you think, man. Like, you think you're gonna go to Mexico and you're going to get stabbed as soon as you get off the runway. That's what at least me, some of us are conditioned to believe. Like, you go to some country, you go to the Middle East and you're just going to get your head blown off in 2 seconds, or you go to Africa and get eaten by a wild dog. None of that's true, man.
That's part of it. It's just what you said. It's a conditioning.
So much safer.
It's designed to make us
much safer.
To make us depend on the system we're in now. It's just to say, hey, you don't want to go there. What do you want to go to Canada for? Also, yeah, sure, they're nice, but they don't have the shit we have.
And people are so much nicer than you can imagine. People are way nicer, like, everywhere else. Like, and they'll talk about like in here, you can't really talk about spirituality with somebody without thinking they're a kook, or without some people going like, yeah, well, I'm into crystals, and it's like, all right, but you go to certain countries and you talk to people about spirituality and they really open up to you, and you're like, wow, this is not what I expected, there's a lot that I took away, but that was definitely some of the big takeaways.
So how many languages do you know, or were you going by translator that whole time?
A lot of it was translator, but a lot of it was just hand gestures. I speak English fluently. I speak Arabic fluently, and I speak Spanish fairly decently. Like, when I was in South America, I was there for about a month and a half. But after the first week and a half, I like almost all came back to me, and I was pretty okay.
Wow.
South America was easy to get around because I speak it relatively well, and English to them is not that foreign. Japan is the hardest. I didn't know what the hell was going on in Japan and in Vietnam, in the Vietnamese mountains, or like Thailand. If you're in mountains in Thailand, those countries, Asia, like, they don't give a fuck what you speak, dude. They don't. It's just hand gestures and translator. And even in translating, when you try and translate, like, it just doesn't, somehow you can feel he still doesn't know what the hell you're trying to say, because when he translates to you, the words are like, brother told brother not to punch brother. So I went to I stayed at a Muay Thai gym for a while. That's hence the punching. But like, the guy that was my trainer, he would be like, brother told brother, don't bounce in front of brother because punches won't land. And I'm like, what the fuck are you even saying? So what is he hearing what I'm saying to the translator?
There's a certain slang barrier too, I imagine, right? If you're going through like local townships or whatever, people just are going to have their own way of speaking. That's not going to jive with like the textbook. Here's what this means.
Yeah.
There's a lot of.
Yeah. And then you'll meet savages who are like Americans or Europeans, and they'll be like, yeah, I've been here for 9 years, man. And I'm like, how the fuck are you surviving? Like, I don't know. And even they still don't speak the language. And you're like, what is happening to you? There are some people who just, that would be my goal. If I can like do that, is just travel permanently. Those people have the life, man. They just go wherever. Like, that's a good time.
What an inspiration, man. That's fucking awesome. And so I bet you have a wealth of material just from those experiences, right? Is that a lot of what you write about? I haven't seen you do stand up personally. I've heard you talk about the way spiders have sex or whatever. Are a lot of what you do observations about nature, or is it about like different cultures?
Actually, So I don't actually have. I have a few bits about my travels, not much. Like I have a bit about when I did ayahuasca, and I have a bit about the whole Iceland thing because that was another brain fart. But for the most part, I do like two things. Either I'll wake up or have a funny thought with somebody, and I'll just write it down. Or what I usually do is like I'll have an idea that I want to talk about, like whatever we talked about today, like whether it's the wealth divide or something. And I'll think like about this whole thing in like a not funny way, but then I'll be like, well, how can I make a joke about saying this indirectly? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of it is about like the hypocrisy of relationships, for example, because I think like men want to blame women and women want to blame men, but we're both so guilty of the bullshit that we do. I mean, it's so prevalent on both sides. There's no way you can convince me that one side is worse than the other. And a lot of people will say, bro, women are so much worse. It's like, okay, well, that's how I know you're wrong. Or, oh, men are so much worse. Okay, well, that's how I know you're wrong. So I
tend to lean men are worse, given that, you know, we've for a lot of time in a lot of different cultures, including ours, we've deprived them of certain rights. I mean, we have deliberately stood on their neck and basically had them as like chattel. It's like an object to procure and not a person.
100%. 100%. It certainly seems that way now. I mean, but also men are way worse to other men. Like these billionaires, or trillionaires now, most of them, if not all, most of them, let's say most of them, are men, you know? And men tend to be the aggressors. Men tend to have the power. Yeah, it's men. But the way nature intended it, if men were meant to be worse, nature would not have given you a male and a female species. Like we're not meant to be worse. We are worse because we're behaving worse right now. But we're not. To say that, like, I guess what I'm trying to say is the narrative tends to be that it is ingrained in your masculinity to just be worse. And that kind of makes it seem like it cannot be fixed. It can't be better. Whereas if you say like, well, we are currently behaving worse, but we're not supposed to be behaving this way. We're supposed to be behaving differently. And the reason we behave worse is because A, B, and C. Then you realize, oh, it can get better. We can fix it. We can not be the way we are. Whereas otherwise, you're just like, oh, well, they're just going to choose a bear over 100 men. Well, what a crazy argument.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. You're saying that,
you know what I'm saying?
There's a certain level of conditioning that's brought us to this moment. There's a certain level of
100%.
of collective like proverbial reinforcement of like all men are evil, so therefore men think, well, you know, that's just what I'm here to do. So, you know, fuck you. I think
because imagine how dangerous. Sorry, not to cut you off. Imagine how dangerous the world would be to the elites if men and women decided to get along. That's the most dangerous thing.
That's
because at the end of the day, men, I don't care who you are, man. You want to appease women. You want women to like you. You just for them. If you're a straight, regular dude, you want women to like you, and you're willing to do what it takes. But most, you know, those like whether they're losers or hateful or have some emotional baggage, whatever your issues are, it tends to cause you to not be that. And
you get the complete opposite. Like you get like what you're describing is like the guys who think, oh, well, women hate men, so let me just be a douche. Yeah. There's that.
Let me just be the worst.
But then there's guys who are like, well, women have too high expectations, so let me hate women for you know wanting some kind of unattainable version of myself. You know, there's all roads lead back to hate when it's like.
And then you have the good guy who actually is a decent human being who genuinely wants to do good and be good, and he's just like, well, it's a shame that this is the way it is. Well, I'll just be me. I'll stay alone. I'll travel the world. If I happen to meet her, fantastic. If I don't, well, that's okay. And now you just lost that guy. That guy is no longer on the market for you. You know what I mean? Because he's already accepted that he's not going to change the world. You know, that's okay. He's fine with it because he's not going to. He's chosen not to pick up a sword and fight the battle against the opposite gender. You know, but imagine the world if we decided to say like, oh, let's have men and women actually get along. You know, it would be just as dangerous if black people and white people, or brown people, white people, if it would be just as dangerous if straight, queer, whatever started to get along. The elites would be like, hey man, we need to find something quick.
Yeah.
Make another TV show, find something, make them hate each other again. This is not good.
Documentary, something.
Yeah, dude, do something, dude. I don't know. Where are the Kardashians when we need them? Like, hurry up, you know? Like, Love Island. I don't know. I don't watch these shows, but I'm assuming that's what's on there. You know, I don't know. That's just that's just how I see it.
It's all
literally.
Yeah.
As many gaps as we can close, as many, because they create differences, and that's what social media is for. It's a tool to separate us and individualize us even further. So it's like, the more of these differences and gaps that we remove, you know, because they don't want us to come together. That's why all these other countries that, like, I feel like personally, it's our duty as Americans to, you know what I'm saying, make things the way they're supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? We've let these people and continue to let these people just do what they want without repercussion, you know? So it's like, but that's also why they purposely divide us, because all these other countries, they're basically the same people. So they like, it's easier for them. But as we're like a pot of stew and we got like carrots and tomatoes and potatoes and rice and all, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, well, I don't really like that he's in here. Where it's like, well, you know, the stew's better. All you have to do is fucking let your flavors work together. You know what I'm saying? It's really this fucking all this fucking neem that's in here that's making the pot not taste good, and you don't even realize it. You think it's them when it's really that. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I just realized?
What?
We have to accept the raisins in the potato salad, man. God damn it, I don't want to, but you brought us. What are we gonna do? Be hypocrites?
Let's keep the raisins separate. Let's keep the raisins out of this.
No. You see, we still got. He's gonna bring up Neuralink. He's gonna bring it up. He's gonna bring up Neuralink. Give him a minute.
They turned this chip on. He's like, "You've got to stop this now. You got to."
I think there's a yearning. There's a yearning for unity. There's people want to go out. Like the show I was at last night, it was a very mixed crowd. It was a lot of like, there was some Latino people, there was a lot of black people and white people, like, and I mean like white people. like there was a guy with like a full-on Duck Dynasty gnome looking ass beard, like biker guy, you know, and his family. And it wasn't like a certain group sitting on one side of the room and another on the other side. It was people sitting together in proximity to one another, you know, and just taking it all in. And in many ways, like some of the more specific jokes that applied to one individual group, like those didn't go over very well because there wasn't enough of one group there to get everybody to join in or co-sign anyone like hyper specific joke. So it's like they want the stuff about spiders, they want the stuff about just like daily observations, you know. And there's so people want to come together, but a lot of the times, a lot of what's on media, what's designed to entertain us is catered directly to like subcategories of people. And once you're walled off, you know, like there's an entire channel like BET, you know, that, or Bravo, you know, that's for like this one subset of people. And if you like that, you're going to go on message boards for that. You're going to go on, you know, like the pipeline for this one specific thing. And you're actively, whether you know it or not, you're walling yourself off from everyone else as a collective. You know, the more hyper specific your interests get. And so what comedy is in a lot of ways is it's like, okay, here's this opportunity. Yeah, I can see this guy. Or if you go see a showcase with a bunch of people on lineup, you're getting exposed to a bunch of different ideas at once, a bunch of different TV channels, whatever it is, whatever the analogy could be for this. You're getting exposed to all that, and then you get to make a determination of like, oh, okay, well, I might like this, a little more. I might look more into this thing, or I might, you're just getting exposed to a lot of stuff that in your own little chamber you don't necessarily have a view of or access to. So I did have some of the white people come up to me and be like, hey, good job. And then some of the black people come up to me like, hey, I like this part. I never thought about this part. Sorry, I wasn't laughing as much. I was just thinking more than anything. But
let me ask you, was it like a longer set or a shorter set? What was it like roughly?
I did about almost 20 minutes, like 15, 20 minutes.
That's good. Yeah, 20 minutes. Yeah, that's a good amount of time. That you could, at that point, when you see the show like that, you're going to have to be like, I'm going to have to sacrifice at least the first 3 minutes just to bring us all to neutral, like to bring us all like to the same starting point, because I feel like with shorter sets, you have to, it's like scrolling through YouTube. And sometimes you're on YouTube and you watch a long video, whatever your interest is, I don't know, monster trucks or philosophy or whatever the hell you're into. Or sometimes you're just looking at YouTube shorts. If you only have like 2 minutes, you're going to look at some shorts and just move on with your day. They're all different, but you'll find a couple. Yeah. If you have like a shorter set, sometimes you just got to get up there and just, I make fun of the way I look.
Zingers.
Talk about some spiders, give it a little cute, funny, whatever. But if you have the time, then like it's so much better when you get a chance to feel them out and like let everybody know we're on the same page and it's okay to laugh at certain things and nobody here is an enemy of somebody else, because that happens a lot in comedy. People get mad because they think you're making fun at their expense, you know what I mean? Like if you make a racial joke or a gender joke or sometimes I'll make a joke of my own, looks, culture, whatever, me, and somebody, if I didn't take the time to smooth it out, they'll get mad that I made
you're
fun of.
Self-deprecating, yeah.
And it's like, what? You know what I mean? Like, that's me. You know what I mean? Like, how you get?
They're like, I'm here to see jokes. I'm not here to see,
Yeah. Do you, Kristen? Do you guys? Well, actually, for both of you, do you guys have like a particular style of what type of comedy or jokes you go for, or is it just whatever?
I mean, for me, it's like I make observations of stuff around me. So I have little tiny sets that I'll try to combine in different ways. So like I'll have like a little set about just driving, being in my car. I have a joke about crosses on the side of the road. I have a joke about bumper stickers. I have a joke about the things I say to other drivers around me in the car, at any given moment. And then I'll have stuff about being gay or about gay people. I'll have stuff about my family, and I'll try to, like, if I'm doing 20 minutes, I'll try to weave all the different subcategories together and have like a little winding story almost, which is, that's been kind of tough for me because I don't get a lot of opportunities to work out like that. You, like you said, you do an open mic and it's like, okay, JPM, jokes per minute, how many can we squeeze into 5 minutes, and then we're out of there. But taking all those different 5-minute sets and combining them has been trickier.
Yeah.
What about you, Lorenzo? What's your style?
I feel like for me, like I just let them come to me, so they either do or they don't. And then but I feel like my stuff's pretty like random. It's just like random stuff, maybe things that I think of, or like, I guess something that I notice, or like, and I'll be like, oh, damn, or maybe I'll hear something and I'll be like, maybe I could make a joke of that or something, you know what I'm saying? Like I was listening to this song the other day and they're like, fuck a billionaire. And then like, I was like, I immediately thought like a joke naturally came to me from that. I guess I gave it a little bit of thought and I was like, I could probably make this funny in a way. And it was like some stuff, needs a few tweaks before you get to the joke actually, but like I guess I'll just think it's just I think about something, and if I like how much the concept means to me or the thought means to me, and I want to like present it to people, plant a little seed in their brains.
Yeah, I definitely I definitely like to go back, like what Christian was saying, to tie it all together. Like there's something so satisfying about like if your closer had a callback like to something you had said earlier. It's like it's like a nice little bow at the end of it, where you finish the joke on a big laugh, but it also had a pun and a callback or something, like whatever you do that you bring it back to the beginning, and then it lets everybody know like we all did this ride together.
Exactly.
I like that very much.
The beginning had some purpose. It didn't just. It served to get us here. It wasn't just some throwaway thing. Yeah. Which I suck at callbacks.
I find that the hardest part because I want to do it in every single set.
Right.
And I like obsess over it. Like I can't do, if I do a set and it's not there, then I'm like, man, they're going to hate me.
Yeah.
I'm going to get booed off stage.
Like, what was this? Like, we just looked at a catalog of a bunch of unrelated thoughts, that's but at the same time you're beating yourself up, and I do the same thing. Like I said, I'm terrible at callbacks. People just want the ride, period. So
I think that the thing is though, I'm not like a one-liner comic. Like there's different styles, right? There's one-liner comics, and I feel like they can do that very easily. That's the nature of they just gave you freaking 30 jokes in 5 minutes, maybe more. You know what I mean? It's like bang, 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 bang. But I'll give you like, technically, if I'm doing like a 5-minute set, let's say, I might give you 4 jokes, but each joke is comprised of multiple jokes that are all in one, you know what I mean? But this leads to this, and then this one ties to this. And I like doing that because I think that's just what I can't write. I wish I could write one-liner jokes. I think it's just so much more challenging to me to do short jokes. I have a few, but like not really. I think they're so much harder,
Me too.
The one-liners.
Like I think you and I, what we have in common is like we just feel like there's more there than just a one-liner.
Yeah, it's like you communicate an idea is different than a one-liner joke. A one-liner joke can be an idea, but it can also be a pun. It could also be a shock, or it could also be a twist. It could also be something offensive in a funny way.
I got to see all these examples that played last night. It was a really cool lineup. And one of my favorite comedians, I'll just go ahead and say she's like my favorite comedian in the circuit, and I'm always so excited to see her. Her name's Angie Robinson. And she is the master of those puns, of those one-liners, of just like bam, 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 like you're describing, just like smacking you left and right over and over again without you even seeing it coming.
Yeah.
And she has this joke about, and I'm going to butcher it because I can't even do it. The speed she does it, I have to set it up and explain it. But she's like, looking for a man, I want somebody with good credit, right? I want somebody who, I want a significant other. I want someone who can sign if I can't, and she's like, spell it out, that it sounded out, right? You look at that later. But she's still going with more stuff down the line, and I just can't for the life of me do that. I'm not clever in that way. My brain doesn't work that way. Me, if I have like a significant other joke, it's going to be some long drawn out bullshit for at least a minute and a half before I get to a punchline.
Yeah, I think like with as far as like people who I do comedy with that I know, I think you met him, Lorenzo Curran. He went up to Delaware with me. We did Dream Big. We were there together, and he's, in my opinion, like he's such a good one-liner comic, but he's also like an Anthony Jeselnik type. He's very offensive, but offensive in a way that it's so over the top that because it's impossibly offensive. It's shocking, but it's so funny and so clever. And it's like, damn, I wish I could, like, because sometimes you need that to save you. Sometimes a joke's not going well, and you're like, I need to drop some just to transition, like just a couple one-liners, and then I'll change subjects. All of his is one-liners, and they're so funny, man. I don't. Are we allowed to say other people jokes? Because I don't like. I don't.
Yeah,
I'm also
please.
like you. I don't want to. I don't want to blow up his spot or anything. But like
Yeah.
one of his funniest jokes is he talks about how he used to teach. Right. He's like one time we were having the school shooting drill, and the principal came up to me and he's like, "Hey, no funny business. Act like this is real." And he by the way, he wears like a suit usually. He's like very poised.
What's his name
he talks
again?
to you like he's Curran Doherty. God, good luck spelling that. Dough. I think that.
Let's see. Comedian. That might help.
But the
There we
joke
go.
is he goes, yeah, that's him. He goes, the principal's like, act like this is real. And he pauses and he's just like, I shot 27 kids that day. I'm like, you son of a bitch, dude. Like, Jesus.
That's
Yeah.
fucking good.
His
That's good.
we're actually, he and I are both in the finals for Best of the Burbs this
Yeah,
Thursday.
there you are. They're in this picture together. That's why I pulled it up. Yeah, there's both of you.
Yeah, we're doing we're going head to head, man. We're gonna go against each other for Best of the
Tevin
Burbs
down there.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty good. We're doing Virginia Beach together soon.
Winston Hodges is another one who's just like seeing all the success that he's earned through telling jokes like that, like complete misdirects, like just like you said, like setting up an idea of like, oh, where's he going to go with this?
Yeah.
And then, I think he has a bit about giving teachers guns because he used to be a teacher, and it's very much in the same vein of like, that's the last person you want to give a gun because they're going to turn it on the kids immediately.
Yeah, man. Just like I do love me some one-liner misdirect comics. It's funny because usually what we like as far as comedy is not at all what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't at all do one-liner comedy stuff, but I love.
Well, yeah, I think it's just an admiration. It's an admiration for what someone else can do. Yeah.
Yeah, because you feel like it's so much more difficult. At least for me, I feel like it's so much more difficult. But then I'll talk to Curran or a one-liner comic, and they'll be like, "Damn, I wish I could do that. I wish I could add mine it a little more and do that." I'm like, I have a 4-minute joke about clownfish. You know what I mean? Like. It's just, There
we go. That's your lane, though. That's your lane, and we're all individual in that way too. That's what's so special about it. Is it's like you can go there and you can be yourself, or you can be the version of you that you are on stage, and that's your version of yourself. Mm-hmm. Nobody else can. And you're pulling from all these different influences, but the culmination is your own. So nobody can rob you of that. So as long as you look at it like that, and instead of like from a place of jealousy, because that's how I started out. I was like, oh my God, man, I'm complete shit. I'm horrible at this. And look at all these killers out here in the water. Just fucking, it's slim pickings for somebody like me who just sucks at this. And then realizing that I just have to go out and find the version of myself that makes me proud, and there's going to be people that resonates with, and there's going to be people who have their own style who look at mine and go like, how did you think of that? And I'm like, man, I don't know. How did you think of what you thought of? And then it becomes an exchange of ideas and an exchange of styles that just continues to pad your own confidence on stage, where you're like, okay, well, this person admires even a little bit of what I'm doing, then I must be doing something right. And that's what makes the community so cool.
Yeah, that's definitely been like the weirdest, but in the best way, parts for me is like when I first did it, I saw these killers like Will Craig or Rafamir, and I'm like, damn. But now we're like friends, and they compliment me on my jokes, and I try to be chill about it, because I don't want to be like weird or anything. But part of you is just like, oh my God, the person like I really admire,
Yeah,
like,
you're like, thanks,
just
man.
complimented me.
And then
Yeah.
later you're like,
So I'm just like, thanks, bro. You know, I wasn't even anything. What was your name again, Doug? Oh, yeah, cool. Yeah, Raph.
Yeah.
Oh, nice to meet you. Oh, we met before. Oh, my bad. No, I'm just kidding. I don't go that far. But no, like there is definitely those moments where, like, those people where you're like, then these guys are like, I would pay to watch some of these guys.
Mhm.
You know?
mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's me.
Oh yeah, I
That
got
first
you up
one
here.
is me shitting on myself.
This leather jacket.
You know what, man? I posted that thinking it would just be a nice picture, and then everybody started DMing me of what I look like, and it's brutal. I don't know if you saw it, but it's bad. It's bad.
No.
Yeah.
Let's take a
Old
look
photo
here.
of myself thinking it'd be a cute little throwback to my story, and you guys decided to blow up my DMs with what I look like as far as boy bands go. So here are your suggestions. Mecca direction, 198 degrees. New Kids on the Sand Block, the Muhammad 5. Quran. That's good. Burqa Street Boys, Backstreet Habibis,
People are fucked up.
Halal and Oats, Mosque Box 20, Hootie and the Blow Vest.
That's pretty good.
Right? That's dumb.
And
but
doesn't it kill
it's
you
weird
that you
watching
didn't think of that yourself?
None of them. I can't use any of these jokes, you know?
Well, I think
I
if
can't
someone's
use any of
insulting you to your face, then you have license. But it's the thinking of it part that's what kills me. Is it's like, damn, like that's a lot.
I like I almost like, I very frequently start out with a self insult. Like I'll look in the mirror and I'll be like, what do you look like? You know? So like I'll be like,
Yeah, I know.
Tarzan if he was raised by house cats or something like that. You know, just like I'll try to self-deprecate right away to break that ice.
Well, I got you up here because I wanted to plug your Instagram, Zach the Comic.
Thank you.
On Instagram. Please, everybody, go follow Zach. We're going to end about here. We've been going for an hour and a half. Can you believe it?
Pretty good.
Pretty good,
stuff,
right?
Man.
I want to make sure you
hope
can
it was
get
good.
to your...
I had fun.
Yes, yeah. We're not all the way done yet. We do a little callback, so to speak, at the end where Lorenzo will give advice about some of the stuff we talked about on the podcast. But thank you for joining us, man. Really, like I'm so happy that we've been introduced. I want to see you live. I want to, if I'm up in Maryland, if we end up on the same show, yeah, please like come dap me up. I'll come. Oh,
that'd be awesome, man.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
I see we have some mutuals, so I mean. It's all possible.
Yeah,
that's what's so crazy about this is it's like we will probably cross paths in person at some point. So just by the nature of the scene. Will. So no, but this was an awesome conversation. We haven't had a conversation this deep in a while. I mean, we got a little deep with Tevin, but that was because I was high, I think. So that had a lot to do with it. This time I'm lucid. We haven't had a lucid sober, rather, deep conversation like this in some time. So thank you for...
True.
Anytime you want to get deep, let me know. I'm all about that, dude. I tried to stay on the surface. I'm like, let's not go too deep today. Let's just...
I only put my
chill
toe
over here.
Yeah. I was testing the temperature, see how...
Bro, I'll be in the Mariana Trenches. You don't even understand. Like, I am... You bring up aliens and consciousness, and I'm like, sit down, let's talk.
Look, how much time you got? Because like, I'll sit alone.
This is gonna be a while.
Well, next time we'll
Thank you for having me.
Next time we'll do we'll do an edible or something and sit for.
Oh shit!
Oh my god,
that'd be dope. That'd be dope.
Hell yeah,
that'd be dope.
Hell yeah, man. Do you have anything else to promote? Any shows coming up? You have this contest, right? When's that?
Yeah, so I'm doing a bunch of them, but the one that I really like, the one that's the suit. When does this come out? Do I have like?
This is going to come out probably later today. I'll probably be able to put it up this evening.
Perfect. So so if you're anywhere near Potsdam on the 25th, Thursday, June 25th, I'm doing Best of the Burps final round. It's not just me; it's like a bunch of other killers. It's literally the best comics final round. So if you're gonna go there, vote for me. Don't vote for anybody else. Bring your friends. If you bring somebody you hate and tell me who they are, I'll make fun of them on stage. Be like a quid pro quo. That'll be cool.
Bring your
But yeah, I'm also doing just other shows. Yeah, just honestly, just go to my Instagram, Zach the Comic. It's the easiest way to see where my shows are because I just plug them there.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, Pottstown, Philly, Ocean City, Virginia Beach, stuff like that. I don't know, but yeah,
give him a follow right up there, or that direction right there. Zach the Comic, Instagram. Go follow and go to those shows. Everybody, go to those contests. Support people in these contests. I'm doing a couple contests. I have the final round of Laugh at Manassas on July 2nd. It's right around the corner, so please be there. It's a free event. Pull up, show up, and vote for me and cheer for me because there's a little sound meter involved. There's a laughter sound decibel reader element, so I need you to be in there cheering when they call for that. And then I'm doing the Electric Palm contest on, I believe, August 8th. I'll need to look at that again, but I'll have all the links to those in the description. And Zach, if you have any links to tickets or events information, what have you, send it to me and I'll have that in the description as well so that people can come find you at these shows. All right, Lorenzo, please take it away. What the hell should we be doing? What the hell should we be doing?
I'm gonna tell you what we're not doing. We're not trusting anyone who puts "illionaire" in their title.
Illionaire.
All right. None of them. Not the millionaires, the billionaires. We don't trust them. All right.
That's a cool rap name, Illionaire. Like ill, like the illest.
There is a rapper called Millionaire, which I don't think is a real number.
Ooh, that's dangerous.
That's actually Elon Musk's nickname, Millionaire. He can't stop coming, I think.
That's good.
Oh my gosh. But, we're not doing no chips. I don't know. I'm surprised Elon made it this far because people once the last election came, people pulled out of their Tesla stocks and all that. So it's like I don't know, but
it's all fake. It's all fake. It's all like leveraged to make the company seem like they're worth more than they are. Everything's like self-fulfilling right now. So it's gonna crash. It's gonna be a disaster probably at some point, unless they can keep the illusion up indefinitely.
I mean, if he keeps getting government contracts, you know what I'm saying? He's getting them somehow. Shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a lot of it's military too, though, which is a little wild. Where are his hands not? His hands are everywhere. Very handsy guy.
Any advice for people who are too afraid to leave the house because they might get lost or they might have no sense of direction?
You're probably right. Stay home.
Stay home.
Look, you gotta. I reckon that everybody see the world if possible. I know they keep it so that we're all barely surviving, but honestly, if you go to another place, you'll save fucking money. First off, you know what I'm saying. As long as you're not paying rent here as well. You know what I'm saying. Most places are way cheaper, and you'll have a way better lifestyle. And the food will be better. I saw the World Cup. Everybody's getting food shipped in because they don't want to eat the shit here, and I'm like, that really says so. I mean,
I saw a picture, or not a picture. I saw a meme of not to invoke SpongeBob twice in one episode, but Squidward in the patty vault of I don't actually like them. That's what everybody pretending they're getting food back from their country is doing. They're actually eating burgers and shit and enjoying it, and they're too they're too ashamed to admit it.
Too proud, dude. They're like, I can't believe I'm eating this shit. Oh my gosh. I can see it. I can see it. They're like, this is my midnight snack shit when I'm taking their edibles.
I had McDonald's last night. I'm loud and proud about it. Yeah, I'm just gonna ruin my shit right now.
It's like, fuck it. We already made it this far. It can't.
Right. It's downhill from here.
No, thank you.
Anything else? Anything else? I'm trying to think. I mean, we covered a lot of ground. Any advice for people?
Yeah. Stand together. You got to unify.
Yes, we're divided.
You know what I'm saying? What we have to realize is that we all see things from our own perspective or perspective of people who are around, but everyone else has a different perspective. That's why people be like, oh, men are crazy, women are crazy, da 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 da. I'm like, everybody's fucking crazy. Everybody's a fucking nut job, and everybody is doing the wrong thing, because me included, because what we need to do is we can get shit the way it's supposed to be. No one's gonna fucking do it for us. We have to come together as a people.
Yeah. We're all human beings, you know, and yeah, we all carry our own history, our own struggle, our own triumphs, but at face value, we have to find a way to come together and just understand that about one another. You don't need to necessarily know everybody's history, but you need to understand that probably where someone's coming from is just as bad, if not worse, or on par with where you come from. And if you recognize that in anybody, you'll have no problem getting along with them, you know. And if somebody looks at you, if somebody's bigoted or you perceive them to be, it's only a matter of being kind to them and opening up to them. That's what normally makes them realize that way of thinking is wrong, usually. You know, like the predisposed notions about entire groups or races of people that they might be wrong is if you go up to them nicely, or if they're at a show, you know, and they look mad, their arms are crossed, and you're making all these jokes about black people or white people or whatever. You go up and talk to them later, and they see that you're a real person with real problems, and that you're just trying to get by. They'll usually understand, you know. I think that's it. Yeah, we got pretty deep on this, which, you know, if you listen to this for laughs, you'll find them in here for yourself. But these are the times that we're living in. Thank you, Zach, for coming on. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having
hopefully
me,
this won't be the last time. Yeah, let's do this again.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, whenever you want, man. This was awesome. Please
Seriously, you let me know, and I'll free up my schedule. I really had a good time in here. This is fun. So
Dude,
you
awesome.
let me know, and I'm down.
You're
for
in
sure.
the Discord
We'll plan
now.
another one.
Yeah, so you got a spot whenever you want, dude. Thank you, everybody, for watching, listening, subscribing, all that. Please turn on notifications so that you get notified through your Neuralink chip of our next upload. ASAP. We just want it right into the mainframe. We want it in the bloodstream at this point, because the views are not reflecting that you're getting the show. So we need each and every one of you to be notified upon arrival. And that's going to do it for this episode 170. Thank you, everybody. I will see you on the next one.
Until next time.
Peace out.